Boom. Alrighty, y'all. What is good? It is your boy, the LowkeyLegend. Man, welcome back. Got an episode of Call of Duty commentary for you guys. Jumping on board with about episode 105 or 104, I want to say. Could be wrong. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, man. We are back playing on some Baraka MW3 using the M16. We're only level 45, unfortunately, so we don't have many guns to use yet. And let me go ahead and say too, man, like I said, this wasn't my favorite Call of Duty. It was a good one just because of the memories I made on it, but I wasn't good at it, man. I really was not good at it. And as I'm playing this game, the leveling up system, like, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how people got to master prestige in this game, or even 10th prestige in a lot of them. Like, you had to really have a lot of playing time in order to make a serious impact on your level in this game, because I'm running like 3 or 4 games and then I'm leveling up once or twice out of like 4 games, and I'm in the mid 40s, so that's like an hour to level up twice. And like, we were real gamers back in the day, dude. Looking back on it, this game's about 10 years old now, and so just take your age and subtract 10, and that's like, we were really gaming when Call of Duty came out, dude. It was wild. But I do have a lot of memories on this game, and that's kind of what brings me back to it. But I really am I'm not enjoying playing MW3 as much as the other Call of Duties. I think I'm gonna go back and play some World at War after this 50 episodes. But I want to at least stick with it so I can drop at least 50 episodes of whatever Call of Duty that I'm playing. But man, it's tough. I'm not going to lie. I got a decent game here with the M16. And the cool thing about this is you can use, like, I think they had perks for your gun. So I'm using kick, so I don't have as much recoil on the M16. But yeah, man, let's jump on into this COD commentary. We're back. It took a little while for my for me to get back in the groove of uploading. I'm currently in the process of like upgrading my PC parts, or just upgrading my computer in general. I've had this PC for like 6 years, I want to say, and it's done. Like, when I got it 6 years ago, it was a like top end PC, but 6 years is a lot of time for them to drop a lot of new technology. And now I'm like years behind. Yeah, I'm 6 years behind pretty much on my PC build. So it's kind of tough when I want to game on it with these new games that are coming out. One of the main ones that I want to get into a little bit more is Delta Force. It's like a realistic military simulator, really fun game to play. So I'm getting my build kind of set up for that. But I'm still going to be, 50 episodes of this, and then, like I said, just going to jump probably back on the World at War. We might go backwards with it because I'm not going to play Black Ops 2 multiplayer, I don't think. I got to like 3rd prestige in that game. The zombies really was where it was at, but there's only so much content in Black Ops 2 zombies. I think there was, there was a couple good maps, but I don't know if it was enough to squeeze 50 episodes out of, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, the title of this video, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, man. This is the conspiracy, not even a conspiracy, I guess it is. This is probably one of the most well talked about conspiracy theories out there, and it's if we landed on the moon. All right, because there's a lot of rumors out there that, if you guys seen the footage, I mean, they recorded us on the moon, like walking around, planting the flag. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about in the moon landing in general. One of the main ones is, if you guys watch it, there's one that's really talked about, which is the wind. All right, they plant a flag, and the flag is looks like it's like windy out there. The flag is moving like there's wind, and that's something where people were like, yo, wait a minute, like, what about this? Another one is the footage of the guy getting off the moon, or off the rover or whatever, when the doors, or the spaceship, when the doors open and he's like walking out. How could you possibly get that on film? All right, and now these aren't real excuses for me. The main one is, like, I really did research on it, and I heard enough people talk about why they don't believe in it, and I just kind of compiled them together and formulated my own little opinion on it, and it makes sense to me. So I'll let you guys in on why I think we did go to the moon, but we haven't been back there since, because that's another big one. Like, if we're going to, if we've been to the moon, why haven't we been back there in like 50 years? And that's like a genuine question. Like, why haven't we colonized the moon at all? People are like, yeah, well, you know, there's no point. But we're already talking about going to Mars, so it would make sense to a degree if we already had at least something small on the moon. But here's why I don't think we have been back to the moon. I think we went there whenever we did, and we seen something there. I don't know what it was. My personal opinion is there were, because I heard this theory as well. I don't believe in it, but I thought it was really cool, and it like made me dig a little bit deeper into the theory in general. But we landed there, and there were like millions of different alien races, really, really small ones on the moon in certain areas, and it freaked the astronauts out, so they ended up dipping. Now, obviously it sounds really cool, like walking around when you get there and there's like 6-inch tall, 10-inch tall little beings running around. But like I said, man, I didn't believe it, but I wanted to dig into that theory more. So here's what I think went down. I think we landed there and we got out and like started doing stuff, and then we got kind of infiltrated there, or there was something already there. Like, there was another group of extraterrestrials that were there before us who kind of had bases on the moon, and as soon as we landed there, they approached the astronauts that were there and were like, hey dude, you're not allowed here. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool, you guys can do this and all, but you have to get out and you can never come back here. Do you understand me? And obviously that would shake up everybody that had to do with the moon or going to the moon, because if we were the first people there, first humans there in whatever time period, the fact that we were able to do that, and like receive a warning by some being that's higher than us, even if it was like some alien beings, that's scary. You know what I mean? And that's gonna allow the mankind to listen to these things, because they're already living there, you know, so it's all automatically colonized. Now, maybe you could go to a degree and be like, yo, we're gonna go there and take it over, but I don't think that people were powerful enough. Even today, like, if we went to war with some alien things, we'd get destroyed. You know, somebody called it an MOAB, a Moab game ender. I don't know if that was legit, but I looked at the scoreboard, 24-1. Yeah, that is pretty legit. But yeah, that's what I honestly think happened. I think we went there, and then we met some other beings, and they're like, hey man, that's cool, but you cannot come here ever again. And that is pretty much why we haven't been to the moon. I'd like to see your guys' theory on why we haven't gone back to the moon. That's kind of what I meant, why we haven't been back to the moon. But we'll talk about some more theories in the future. I love you guys, man. Got a decent game for you. I will see you very shortly for another episode of COD Commentary. Y'all stay safe, savage, low key. It's been your boy, and I'm out of here, man. Adios.